Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here, and oh man, I just woke up, got out of bed, sit down, ready to record, and we got to talk about some G2 drama. Now, obviously, I saw this stuff happening last night, like as I was getting ready to go to bed and stuff like that, and was deciding if I wanted to make a video about it, if I wanted to talk about it or whatever, because obviously it is a very, very weird, very, very touchy subject where you're going to get some very, very toxic replies, comments, and all of that stuff going into it, and you got to make the decision, is it worth it? Is it not? And a lot of stuff has already come out about the story. A lot of opinions have already been said. Like pretty much everything that you can say about the situation has mostly been said at this point. I'm not going to really have anything novel to like add to it or anything like that. But I did have some people leaving some comments and reaching out to me like, Germ, what the heck is going on? What is this G2 stuff? I don't even understand. What is this? What does this mean? Why are people acting like this? Can you explain it? You got to make a video so I even know what's going on. So I want to do that, but also my channel in a lot of ways over the past couple years is like a capsule of League of Legends esports history, and you can scroll back and just see all the biggest stories from the last couple of years, and I'm really happy about that, and I'm proud about that, and I want my channel to continue to be that, and this is, absolutely one of the biggest stories in recent memory, and I think I wouldn't be doing, my goal of like a time capsule or whatever justice if we don't talk about this. But a little disclaimer, just, hey, don't be weirdos, don't be crazy. You can give opinions, you can, state opinions and stuff like that, but, if you're being weird, if you're going over the top, if you're being crazy aggressive, you're just probably going to get muted, you're probably going to get banned, so I hope, my viewers and people who are fans of me and stuff for a long time do not come in acting like that, and if we get any new people in here acting like that, hopefully we don't get that either. But yeah, here's what's going on. This was posted by Carlos a couple of days ago. He said yesterday we celebrated G2's World Championship. I don't know exactly which World Championship this was, but here's a little 8-second clip. Hey, nothing too crazy. They're just celebrating, they're partying, whatever. What the heck's going on? But you can see here it's got 2.8 million views, and this started all the drama. This started all the controversy. What in the heck is going on? Well, you can see right here, this man on the right. This is the one and only, none other than Andrew Tate. And if you don't know who that is, this is a very, very controversial, I really don't even know what he is, Twitch streamer, YouTuber, TikToker. He's banned off a bunch of stuff. I don't know if he's banned off everything, but he got very, very popular. He has like Hustlers University, or it's called something like that. Is just like I don't know, self-help, geared towards young men, teenagers, young boys. I don't really know. It's kind of hard to explain, but generally people don't like him because he has a lot of misogynistic statements. You can go out and watch, the highlights, lowlights, whatever, clips from Andrew Tate and some of the worst and grossest stuff he said, which is usually, very, very negative and hateful towards women, and he really riles up his fan base and stuff like that. And obviously, to some extent, I assume or I hope that Andrew Tate is playing a character. I can't imagine that he's exactly like that off camera, but just because you are playing a character does not mean you are free to do whatever you want. And obviously, a lot of his messages goes out to a lot of very, very impressionable young boys, teens, young men, whatever you want to say. And it was absolutely having an impact on people. You can look around the world. You can hear teachers saying that as kids are going back to school, like so many kids are saying Andrew Tate stuff and saying his lines and, saying these awful, awful things. And, it got out of control. He starts getting banned in some places, whatever. And now he's partying with Carlos, and people are like, hey, Carlos, what the heck is going on? There's also like allegations of, some worse stuff. I mean, you can scroll down here and see, a lot of people are mad about, hey, G2 announcing a full women's team and then this going on. I thought this was one of the funnier memes, like breaking. Andrew Tate has been appointed by G2 as the new G2 Hell head coach. I don't know if it's Hell or how you pronounce HEL. I honestly haven't heard, but this is the G2 all women's team. And then, it's a little bit interesting to then have like this super misogynistic, crazy guy being friends with Carlos and potentially being around G2 in some ways, which is just a lot of weird to a lot of people. You announce full women team, party with Andrew Tate. You're literally better than this. Some people obviously are throwing around, allegations of stuff like this. I don't know that to be true, so I don't want to speak on that too much, but that is a lot of the other stuff that's going on. But you don't even have to go that far. Like just the downright, misogynistic, anti-women statements and stuff he has said, a lot of people have been very, very put off by it, and I think for good reason. Again, I'm not necessarily for like canceling or deplatforming or whatever, but I kind of understand why this happened in the Andrew Tate instance, like I said, because it was having an effect on a lot of, younger people and stuff like that. That impact was absolutely going out to the real world, which was overall a bad thing. But yes, people responded to this in a big, big way. And one of the funnier tweets or crazier tweets or whatever, more unhinged tweets we got from Carlos, or just out of the whole situation, was this from Carlos, where he said, "Nobody will ever be able to police my friendships. I draw my line here. I party with whoever the fuck I want," which is a very, very weird hill to die on, saying, hey, I'm going to party with whoever I want. And this is not only, this made the situation so much worse, because at first it was just like, hey, Andrew Tate, popular, famous, rich guy, has a lot of money, he's probably well connected, shows up at a G2 party, that's a little bit weird. And we're like, hey, Carlos, why the heck are you partying with Andrew Tate? What's going on? But if it was just, hey, I don't really even know the guy, he just showed up at one of my parties, somebody brought him, he's friends with somebody, whatever, people would have been mad, but it probably wouldn't have been that mad. But now Carlos is doubling down, and more than doubling down, he's raising the bar, up to 10. He's saying, hey, not only was I just partying with Andrew Tate, he didn't just show up there by accident. We are friends. You're not going to tell me who I can and can't be friends with. I can party with whoever I want. This really took it to 10. This is where things really started getting out of control. Medic responds. He says, there's no way you didn't predict this reaction. You posted a video partying with a known misogynist who calls women property. It's misguided at best and engagement bait most likely. This is fucking low, man. Party with who you want, but expect people to judge you for it, which I think is just very, very well said from Medic. You could be such a good example of someone who aspired to create something and reach their goals. Now, I don't know what to say. Which is just kind of, overall a lot of the community reaction. We also had asking for free G2 merch. This guy with 16,000 followers who, for a couple years now has been like asking for free G2 merch every day. He has these interactions with G2 Carlos. It's been overall really, really good, like PR and marketing for G2. It's probably sold him a lot of merch. It's been a big thing. He's come out and said, hey, I'm not going to be doing this anymore. Like, whatever, I'm stopping. G2's losing, it seems like, a lot of fans right now. We'll see how sticky this is. Yes, fans come and go, and people say, oh, I'll never support G2, or I'll never support Carlos, I'll never buy anything again. And then, they do a couple of weeks or a couple of months later after everyone forgets about it. Who knows? I don't know exactly what's going to happen there. We did have a couple other bangers coming out of this. This person tweeted, this is Fosty's time to come in and say, I support Carlos and I love G2. Hire me, which is an absolutely hilarious tweet. This guy came in and said, yeah, you're allowed to be friends with whoever you want, just like other people are allowed to think badly of you for it, which is absolutely true. Yeah, Carlos, you can party with whoever you want. You can be friends with whoever you want, but people can have an opinion about it too, just like, you're able to have your opinion about what's going on. Overall, I just think this is really, really weird. I still think esports is in a very, very young state. Obviously, we're like 10, 11, 12 years into this thing, and I do think it's going to continue to mature. We've already come a little bit of a ways, but you can see how in the beginning, the group of people that rose up, you have the Reggies and even, I guess, the Carloses, and we've seen some other people as well in that same group. And I think as we go on and on and on, those people are going to, probably slowly be phased out in terms of just more mature, big business people with like actual PR teams and who actually care about their business and stuff. Not that Carlos doesn't care about his business, but again, making statements like this and doing things like this are so actively detrimental to G2. He's putting his personal life and his personal friendships over his business, which is going to be very, very bad. I think it's also going to be interesting to see how the employees, fans, everyone of G2 reacts. I know there's already been a bunch of pictures and stuff of people cutting up G2 merch and doing stuff like that. But again, that's just the immediate reaction. We'll have to see if people actually put their money where their mouth is in the long term. I don't know. They could not. You never really know how this thing is going to go. We also had Targamas come out, and this is on the G2 subreddit. I tweeted out, according to the G2 subreddit, Targamas said on stream last night, what do you want me to say? Do you want me to insult my CEO? Which obviously, it seems like this is not necessarily sitting well with a lot of G2 employees, a lot of the G2 team members. I know there have been people on G2 who have already tweeted things out negatively about Carlos. What's going to happen with the G2 all-women's League of Legends team? I don't know. It's going to be a very, very slippery slope. And I know there's people coming out being like, oh, you guys just pick and choose when you want to, have morals or have values and all that stuff, blah, 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 blah. And I get what they're saying to an extent, but also at the same time, I don't think that means you can't have an opinion on some things, or that you can't think that this is just, at worst, like pretty gross and very weird, and at best, just like kind of strange and like, what the heck are you doing? Why are you doing this? Why did you double down on this? I mean, no matter what, this is just not a good business decision from Carlos' end. And again, at worst, it's gonna like put people off and lose you some fans and maybe lose you some players, maybe prevent people from wanting to work with you in the future. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But again, I do think, even though people are like, oh, esports is better than this sucks, this is a bad day for esports, yada, 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 I do think, like I said, the industry and these businesses and stuff are going to continue to mature, and we're going to get further and further away from this stuff, at least publicly. Again, there's always going to be weird, nasty stuff going on behind the scenes, but like, you wouldn't see something this public from like a big, even professional sports team, let alone, like a big business, one of the biggest businesses in the world, anything like that. So I don't know, kind of a weird time. Of course, as always, you have Thorin. He's in there. He's retweeting Carlos's tweets. Just kind of funny, they keep the stuff going on. You did have Perks replying with like a throwing up emoji. Obviously people are saying, or he's trying to say that he thinks, Carlos is gross and what Carlos is doing is gross. We know him and Carlos don't really like each other. But then again, at the same time, I replied like, hey, we don't really even know what side he's on, because again, Perks is friends or has been friendly with, I don't exactly know, Thorin in the past. We know what side Thorin's on. So it's like this whole weird thing of, I don't know, a lot of especially on the European side, but in NA as well, I do think a lot of these people need to be careful of who they associate with, who they build up, and also understand they're all very, very powerful. Perks doing stuff with people can make them a lot of money, can really build them up. Doing stuff with Carlos can really build people up, can really make them a lot of money. These are obviously very, very powerful people. But yeah, I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, this is the biggest story of the day, and probably the biggest story we're going to have in a while in the esports scene. Carlos partying with Andrew Tate, doubling down, saying he can party with whoever the fuck he wants, and that you're not going to be able to police him, which is fine. But yeah, that was quite the tweet. And like I said, the story's definitely not done. I assume we're going to continue to see stuff going on from this. We had the G2, I guess this is how I want to end it. We had the G2 subreddit kind of talking all about this. They had a thread that got like locked right away. Why is Carlos out partying with a known misogynist days after signing an all-female League of Legends team? This got locked, now it's unlocked. Also, somebody posted, Carlos's wife changed her bio to single mom. Apparently, from her statement, Carlos and her got divorced like 3 months ago. And one of the funnier kind of rabbit holes or theories is that, hey, they got divorced a couple of months ago, and then Carlos found Andrew Tate in the time being, which is just hilarious. Maybe that's overstepping a boundary into a personal world or whatever, but that's just fucking hilarious. So I had to laugh about that. But I don't know. That's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about anything we talked about in this video today. Again, I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions, but don't be a weirdo. Don't be attacking other people. Don't have it. I mean, nothing. I don't think I was super crazy, overly negative or anything like that in this video. So you don't need to be either. Again, people who are, you're probably just going to get timed out. You're probably just going to get blocked. But yeah, share your thoughts and opinions. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.